good evening, gang, and welcome to It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn Williams, and I'm your host. And to my right and to your left, of course, as always, the lovely Amanda Lamoureux Smith. Hello, Amanda. How are you?
I'm excellent. You?
Great. Very well, thank you. I want to let everyone know we're coming to you live from our beautiful studios here at BNN TV, and you're more than welcome to join us. You can give us a call at 617-708-3290. There it is right there. Dave and Colin and the great staff here at BNN are in the other room answering the phone. So give us a shout. Let us know what's happening. Now that it is officially spring.
And feels like spring.
It feels like spring at the same time. Red Sox did win today. In case you didn't know, the Red Sox played. Yes, you've got your Red Sox gear on. Camera too. Nice look. But it's now I feel like it's officially.
Yeah, it's official.
It's officially spring. They're playing in Kenmore Square. So to all of you spring fans, welcome. Finally, we're here.
Woohoo!
Is there a time of year that kind of suits you the best, or is there a?
Are
you a winter person?
No, and I'm not a huge summer person. So I'd say like late spring,
the changes,
early fall.
Yeah, that's the kind of.
I like comfortable weather. So for me, like low to mid 70s.
See, I think I like them all because because they kind of give me a great appreciation of the next one.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I sit in the spring and I love the spring and it's really kind of cool, and the farmers market is going to start soon, and then all of a sudden it's summer and there's live music all around, and I got a bunch of gigs this summer because you know what I keep forgetting to bring is the new CD for you.
I know.
It must be you. Can't be me.
I bought it online, but
no, you didn't.
Yes,
Why did you do that?
Because I wanted to support you.
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Did you get it yet?
I did. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's on my to-do list.
But I want to support you, but I'm not going to listen. No,
I know. I just
you know
one of those things I wanted to do before I forgot.
You know what's the cutest thing is there's a couple of the kids at school who have discovered the fact that their art teacher is doing this thing.
Yeah.
And they'll walk around, hey, you know, it's a wonderful day. And oh, jeez. Thanks, guys. A little support from my 4th and 5th graders, which is kind of cool, you know?
Right.
But, well, thank you.
Yeah, I'll take a hard copy because it'll be easier for just to pop in.
In the car on the way back and forth. Yeah, I'll get you one. I'll do that for you. That'll be fun.
I'll have reviews next week.
Uh-oh. You'll be careful what you ask for, all you rock and rollers out there. If you give, it's been good. It's moved pretty well. There's been a lot of individual downloads from the places, but it's okay. Like anything, it'll teeter off, and I'll have a couple of boxes, hundreds of them at home, under the stairs down to the cellar. Yeah, but you know, it's the whole. You know, part I like the best. I like the recording part the best. You know, and the actual sitting in there with Timmy or Andy or whoever's going to be doing, you know, whoever's working with me that night, and actually going over the songs and playing them and listening to that. Eventually, I can't stand it because you hear it when the mixing and once the producer has it or the engineer has it, it's kind of like you're going, oh, here, listen to this and make sure you like it. Listen to it 5 times.
Right.
And then you listen to it and you go, finally.
Do I even like this anymore?
Should I have done this? What am I, crazy? But no, it's really great. Mr. Kurt is the same way. He says the same thing. You know, he goes, oh, sometimes it's time. But it was fun.
Good.
It was fun. So what's new with you?
What is new?
Are you going to do any art? You going to bring anything in for us to see?
Yeah, I mean, when I told you I have that project that I'm working on with the lobster buoys, that's a new type of genre for me. I'm not used to doing that. But I'm excited for the spring weather because I've been painting intermittently in my basement, and it's just, there's no windows. It's, you know, and I think we might have a bug problem down there now, so I can't wait to get, you know, spring inspiration, be on the porch, be in the backyard, paint, you know. I just want to get out of the basement. But that's where all my stuff is. You know.
Do you have it set up like a little studio
to
be able, because that's important. Well, you've heard me talk to artists, and I've always said, you know, that it's having a dedicated space is always preferable.
But like right now, that's the only place that all my stuff fits. So you know.
Janice works at the kitchen table at the counter.
Yeah.
And she's got to break it down and set it up, break it down and set it up. But you know.
I think we're going to build something in the backyard, like some type of shed, because
that'd be cool.
Yeah, the basement's clearly not working.
Yeah, I work wherever I'm standing. And plus I have the big studio at school, so I can go in there and do work anytime. Speaking of that, the kids are doing a great project over there. I know some of you are watching. They're making a giant pencil to put out in front of the school. So they've got all these 5-gallon drums that they've been putting together.
Drums?
The 5-gallon paint things.
Oh, okay.
With the handles on them, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So they're stacking all these together, and they, you know, originally thought they'd only need 4 or 5. They need about 18 or 20 of them to make this pencil they're making. So, in a
Their
traffic...
idea or yours?
Huh?
Their idea or yours?
100% their ideas. One of the things about Sacred Heart that I talked about a couple weeks ago, the educational process over there is this STEM and STEAM and STREAM. We're a STREAM school because we're a Catholic school, parochial school, which adds the religion. So it's science, technology, religion, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
Yep.
So they had to engineer this thing. They had to figure it out. They had to write out the schematics. They had to do some mechanical drawing and all of that jazz before they started. So they had to know what they needed. And I'll tell you, they've done a great job.
That's awesome.
Another one is a sculpture. They had 60 feet of 2-inch PVC piping. And they decided what they wanted to do with it was to cut it into 2-inch pieces. So now they have all of these 2-inch rings that they're hot gluing together into this sculpture.
It's a lot of time, right?
It's a lot of time. They want to put little candles in some of them, but it's pretty cool.
Good.
And they're having a blast doing it. That's the thing.
Right.
To see all these kids hovering around one table and arguing, that's what you want. You want that critical thinking, the problem solving.
Right.
You know, and they're so good at it, you know, and they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, and having an idea, you know, fulfilled through
and seeing it through, you know,
completed,
completed is a big deal. Sorry about that, camera person. I slouched out of the camera shot. Well, that's great. You know, we got a great show tonight.
Yes,
live music again. Finally, we got some live music in the studio.
I know.
And we're going to knock some people out tonight. We're going to knock them out.
Sounds pretty good so far.
Oh, we've been listening to the sound checks and the tuning ups and all of that stuff. And some Latin songs. You know, I have this classical guitar at home, and I play it a lot, you know, and I want to get, okay, confession, I want to get the sound you're going to hear tonight, okay?
Yes.
I can't come close to being a bass player with 5 thumbs. But we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Our great friend, Mr. Kurt, of course, one of the producers of this show, lines us up with the live music, and he's done a great job again. He's hit another home run. So make sure you stick by us, you know, and maybe throw the VCR in the... Do they have VCRs for the TVs anymore?
VCRs
the tape
showing your age.
Well, you can't do... They're yelling at me from the other room. But before we get into that, I do want to talk a little bit about our great friends who keep us here on the air and our great supporters of this amazing channel that you're listening to. Boston Neighborhood Network is the access channel. Where people get a chance to do all kinds of television and stuff. We'll talk about that in a minute, but there's an organization in the city of Boston which started urbanly in the city of Boston called Main Streets that's been helping this program stay alive, and we're coming up on a great anniversary, and we're really, really proud of it. And Main Streets are one of the responsible entities of this program. Main Streets is that they develop they help develop business districts around the country now, but they originally started with Rosendale Square. Rosendale Square, anybody remembers Rosie Square in the middle 80s, early 80s, it was just not a cool place. But now it's this amazing destination with restaurants. I went to an event at the building just like the one we're in. It was this is the power station for the Orange line up and down Washington Street for you old Bostonians. But there was a building just like this in Rosendale Square that was powered the old. You probably don't remember this. The old buses that had the hook that went on the wire up on these wires going down the street. That power station powered that, and they're putting a brand new restaurant in there.
Oh, fun.
The guy who runs Ashmont Grill is opening up a place called Third Rail, or something like that. Now, there was a band in Boston years ago, Third Rail. I hope they're not offended by that, but I think it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's Main Streets has been our supporter for a long time here, and we really appreciate everything that they do. So if you see somebody at a Main Streets event with a Main Street T-shirt, they're probably a volunteer, right?
Right.
They're a volunteer, so make sure that you let them know that you appreciate the work that they do for us here. The other thing that we like to talk about just for a couple of minutes is this incredible building that we're in. Boston Neighborhood Network is the access channel for people who want to get to learn to do television production.
Yes.
One of the things that happens in this studio right here is that the cats that are running the cameras are students from different colleges around the area. So they get to come in and do an internship, and they come and they learn how to do live television. There's nothing like hands-on,
Totally.
experience. So this is where you get to do it. It's also where nonprofits get to come in and do their, a show about the stuff they're doing, and talk about their mission statement, bring guests in and stuff like that. It's really cool. There's another station on the other side. Can I make it? You know what I'm going to do? I like to do this, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it always works when Dave and Colin are involved. But I'm going to reach down. I'm going to turn the station over to channel 27. So we're going to do that. Just turn the station over and see what we're looking at over there.
Ooh,
look at those guys. What's that? What's going on over there? Channel 27. I see that we're
teleporting.
We're teleporting our images, and we've been, wow, that's pretty cool.
Time traveling.
Time traveling. We have been taken over by some spaceship. Oh, we're back.
We're back.
But the other station is where people sign up as members, and they take some Final Cut Pro classes. They take some classes in sound and lighting and how to use these cameras. You get to sign out some cool equipment downstairs and go and
take it on site, right?
Take it outside on site and do some kind of, do the farmers market or the local political debate for your neighborhood and stuff. Mm-hmm. Come back here and edit it on a great Timothy Smith lab downstairs, which is about 18 of the finest Macs that Mac has available, that Apple lets you use. You're going to do the editing down there. And guess what they do with it? They put it on TV.
Yeah. Can't get much better than that, right?
Can't get much better than that. I do want to remind everybody, I'm on my way in. Excuse me. I saw a good friend downstairs working away feverishly in the new radio station downstairs. We've got a new radio station, 102.9, which is WBCA on your FM dial. We're very, very close to doing some real broadcasting downstairs. I'm looking forward to being involved in that. Dennis tells me that they've been working hard down there, and I really appreciate the work that he does for us here. He's an incredible technician and knows his jazz. So, do you have a motivational Monday thing?
I sure do.
You do?
Isn't it Monday?
It is Monday.
Yep, then
yeah, the other thing I want to remind you is that if you're interested in getting involved in something like this, go to bnntv.org, click on Jim Atwood's name. He'll be able to give you all the information you need to be a television producer or host of your show or anything that has to do with television. This is the place to come and do it.
Sure is.
Okay, you know what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, look at something from Low Budget Records, and then we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with Amanda and another motivational
stay tuned.
Cool thing. Yeah, stay tuned. Don't forget, live music in the studio in just a little while. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes, guys. Don't go away. Well, welcome back, gang. Thanks for hanging in there with us. My name's Glenn Williams. You're watching BNN TV's It's All About Arts. I do want to let you know that you can follow this show on our Facebook page, which is It's All About Arts, which is kind of cool. I'm glad we were able to get that moniker for it. And our page is, you can like it and leave us notes and stuff and let us know what you think. And this show will be available on at that Facebook page very, very soon, or on our YouTube station, which we're still in the development stages of. I don't know what they're doing. We're moving things from one site to another. Anyways. But the other thing is if you're watching this program and you'd like somebody outside of the city to be watching it right now, we are streaming live at www.bnntv.org. You can let them know. Or, like I said, the show's going to be up pretty soon. But right now, it's time for a great segment. I'm very, very happy. And it's time for our motivation. We need our motivation. We need to keep going because it's going to get yucky weather out again. We're going to be all blue again pretty soon. But I think if we listen to what the lovely Amanda has to say, you'll dig it. So let's move this motivation over to Amanda.
Hi, guys. Happy Monday. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Motivational Monday. So the quote that I have for you today is, if Plan A didn't work, the alphabet has 25 more letters, so stay cool. So this quote is going out to all my planners out there. I know sometimes it's difficult when you have a set of things that you're completing and you do everything right and things fall by the wayside. Sometimes that has to do with controlling. Sometimes that has to do with making sure that you're being successful and taking the steps that you need to. However, sometimes life has a brilliant way of stepping in and giving us what we need instead of what we want. So it's the quote this week is on the funny side, but I want you to really think about that, especially if you consider yourself a planner and this is something that frustrates you when you try Plan A, try Plan B, it's not working out. So just remember that there's 25 more letters, so stay cool. And with that, I will shoot it back to Glenn. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Amanda. I really do appreciate it. There was a couple of other things that I really did want to take a moment to mention. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about education here in the city and different things in different ways our educational system has been going and what have you. Please, please pay attention to what's going on in Washington because they're talking about making some major changes over there and how public school systems are going to be changing, and there's going to be some difficult times, I think, ahead for some of our teachers, our dedicated teachers, people who are concentrating on the education of your kids, my kids. Now, everyone knows that I'm a teacher, but I'm a teacher in the private sector. So I'm kind of lucky that I don't have to, fight this whole thing that they're going through. So I want to thank everybody, first of all, for some of the emails that you guys sent me. We do appreciate the fact that you recognize that it's an important job, us preparing your children for the great world that's around us. And it's a competitive place. And we love and appreciate the work that we're doing. But all that being said, right now it is time. It's my great pleasure to first of all, Andreas. Hello, how are you? Andreas Millan, right?
Yes.
So thank you for coming in. And Joe, how are you, old friend? I've known Joe for a while. Joe's Joe Jaworski. Is that right? Jaworski, right? Yeah, I got it right. I knew I didn't need this. Is an incredible percussionist and drummer in the New England area. And I'm just meeting this guy, and I'm telling you, you guys are in for a treat. Sit back and relax. Turn on the VCRs and enjoy yourselves. You guys calling yourselves something?
Andres and Joe.
That's a perfect name for these two. Here you go.
Nuestras almas se acercaron tanto así que yo guardo tu sabor, pero tú llevas también sabor a mí. basta con abrazarte y conversar. Tanta vida yo te di que por fuerza llevas ya sabor a mí. No pretendo ser tu dueño, no soy nada, yo no tengo vanidad de mi vida, doy lo bueno, soy tan pobre que otra cosa puedo dar y pasarán más de 1000 años, muchos más, yo no sé si tenga amor la eternidad, pero allá tal en la boca llevará sabor a mí. Sabor a mí. Sabor a mí. Sabor a Que mis ojos se despierten con la luz de tu mirada. Yo Dios te pido que mi madre no se muere, que mi padre me recuerde. Dios te pido que estés a mi lado y que más nunca te me vayas, mi vida. Dios te pido que mi hermano descanse cuando de amarte se trate, mi cielo. Por los días que me quedan, las noches que aún no llegan, yo Dios te pido por los hijos de tus hijos y los hijos de mis hijos. Dios te pido que mi pueblo no derrame tanta sangre y se levante mi gente. Dios te pido que mi hermano descanse cuando de amarte se trate, mi cielo. Un segundo más de vida para darte y a tu lado para siempre yo quedarme. Un segundo más de vida para darte y dale, y dale, y dale para adelante. Un segundo más de vida yo a Dios te pido que si me muero sea de amor, si me enamoro sea de vos y que de tus voces de corazón todos los días. A Dios te pido que si me muero sea de amor, si me enamoro sea de vos y que de tus voces de corazón todos los días. Yo a Dios te pido. Dios te pido, Dios te pido, Dios te pido. Por los días que me quedan, y las noches que aún no llegan, yo Dios te pido, los hijos de tus hijos y los hijos de mis hijos. Dios te pido que mi pueblo no derrame tanta sangre y se levante mi gente. Dios te pido que mi hermano descanse cuando de amarte se trate, mi cielo. Un segundo más de vida para darte y a tu lado para siempre yo quedarme. Un segundo más de vida para darte y dale, y dale, y dale para adelante. Un segundo más de vida yo a Dios te pido que si me muero sea de amor, si me enamoro sea de vos y que de tus voces de corazón todos los días. A Dios te pido que si me muero sea de amor, si me enamoro sea de vos y que de tus voces de corazón todos los días. Yo a Dios te pido a Saturday and like 6 a.m. But you only work Monday to Friday, and you headed to work and you dressed to kill. Only pay you for Monday to Friday. What's his name? What's his name? You only work Monday to Friday. What's his name? What's his name? Only pay you for Monday to Friday. Drifting myself far away, don't even know what you're thinking. Tomorrow just another day. I think I'll get back to my drinking. What's his name? What's his name? You only work Monday to Friday. What's his name? What's his name? Only pay you for Monday to Friday. Now you gone just a bit too far. Don't even know what you're thinking. Headed down to the local bar. I think I will practice my winking. What's your name? What's your name, honey? Don't need to know what you're thinking. What's your name? What's your name? The winking is working, I'm thinking. Dance, make romance. Mamacita bonita, ole. Dance, make romance. And give me some sensuality. Dance, make romance, mamacita bonita, ole. Dance, make romance, and give me some sensuality. What's her name? What's her name? Why can't I remember her name? What's her name? What's her name? It's beginning to drive me insane. What's her name? What's her name? Why can't I remember her name? What's her name? What's her name? You think I remember her? No, I can't tell her. Why can't I remember her name? El amor llega así de esta manera. Yo tiene la culpa. Caballo de gran sabana, porque es muy despreciado. Por eso ya no te quiero. El amor llega así de esta manera. Yo tiene la culpa. Compra y venta amor en el pasado. Bambolero, bambolero, porque mi vida yo la prefiero vivir así. Bambolero, bambolea, porque mi vida yo la prefiero vivir así. Cuando el amor llega así de esta manera, no tiene la culpa. Caballo de gran sabana, porque es muy despreciado. Por eso ya no te. Cuando el amor llega así de esta manera, yo no tiene la culpa. De compra y venta amor en el pasado. Bambolero, bambolea, porque mi vida yo la prefiero vivir así. Bambolero, bambolea, viviré, por ti yo estaré. Quiero tener perdón de Dios. Ella es mi vida, la fortuna del festín. Y si algún día yo te digo que te amo, contigo viviré, contigo estaré. Bambolero, bambolero, porque mi vida yo la prefiero vivir así. Bambolero, bambolea, porque mi vida yo la prefiero vivir así. Bambolero, bambolea, porque mi vida yo la prefiero vivir así. Bambolero, bambolea, porque mi vida yo la prefiero.
What did I tell you guys? Thanks for hanging in there with that. That's some of the great. That's great sound. What a great sound we had today, and I'm so happy that they came in and they performed. Well, it's my great pleasure, Andreas and Joe. Hi guys.
Pleasure.
Joe, thank you so much. Andreas, you're Joe. You're Andreas.
All day.
I've never forgotten her name, but his names I can forget all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
That was great. Thank you very, very much for coming down and playing for us here a little live in our studio. Tell me a little bit, how long have you guys been together?
We met 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and we were playing in Boston in the area in different venues and bars and all this stuff. And
Has it always been just the two of you?
no, actually, we started as a trio before with an Italian friend. Two guitars.
Okay.
And then Joe in the cajon. And then he has to go back to Italy, and then we decided, why not? Let's do it.
Keep on going.
Keep going.
Keep it going.
And create something unique and exquisite.
How has it been going? I mean, have you been gigging? You been working?
Yeah. Well, this 2017, we'll be focusing in our own songwriting, and we're working. We're gonna have some start getting into a recording studio.
I'm surprised there isn't. You've been probably so busy playing and working and what have you that you do have to block off some time to do some studio work. I look forward to the fact that you're actually going to do that. I'm really happy about that.
I think we have the maturity at this point, and we needed this time to develop a relationship and what our goals are in music,
Yep.
and the time just.
Well, it's always best to get the act together before you start sitting in the recording studio, because it comes out if you don't, you know? It really, really does. Excuse me, Joe, talk a little bit about the things that you're playing over there. You're multitasking like drummers do, but on a little different basis, I think.
Yeah, I've gone the schooling route on this, as well as, the love of the instrument, but I've played drums all of my life. I went the Berkeley route, and learned a lot there on the Latin side, a lot on the African side of things, and, just incorporated into my drumming style, for one. And then, as I went through life, I started to actually have this passion towards the Latino music. My father actually spent a lot of time in Panama when I was younger, and he was a great influence that way, and spent a lot of time in Mexico. So this has been kind of just coming my way, naturally. And then at one point, I ran into Andres and some friends, and learned about the cajon, taught myself how to play the cajon.
You're usually a kit drummer?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
A Ringo kit?
I've played all sizes of kits, but I like the kits that fit best in the car. So
there you go. Ringo kit will work wonders for you. That's great to know that you started off as a traditional drummer. Was it rock at the beginning?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but then you've kind of migrated. And I don't think I know many percussionists or bass players who don't have a certain feel and love for Latin music. I mean, it's so fun.
Yeah. It is fun.
It's just so fun to play.
Yeah.
Andreas, are these your pieces?
No, some of them are covers, but one of the pieces is ours is What's Your Name?
But happens to be my favorite song in the set. That was very good. That's a good one. Did that just happen while you were, or were you having to explain yourself to somebody?
That's a story based partially on some truth.
Is there anything we can talk about on live TV in Boston?
No, but there's some truths there, and then there's some embellishment. Songwriting kind of happens that way sometimes. You know, you take the inspiration, and you're not sure what to do with it at the time, and then things start to come together, and Andres and I put some music down, and we worked out the lyrics to it, and it ended up being a part of a contest that we were just involved in. We did not win the contest, but it was great to be a part of the contest, to be seen on a national level. One of these upload a song and let them. Yeah, it was a video songwriting contest.
No, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I mean, Reverb Nation and all those cats do all that kind of thing, and it's kind of fun sometimes, Yeah. What kind of gigs you been getting? You been getting any clubs?
Clubs? Not for the moment. For the moment, we're just focusing in writing. We just want to isolate ourselves doing that, and well,
I'm glad you say that, because we have a lot of students, we have a lot of people that are in the business and stuff that are kind of relaxing at home at this time and checking us out as they're surfing through. And a question I often get from them that they wish I had asked, which I will: if you're dedicating some time to writing and you're sitting, what's your process? I mean, I'm one of these guys that a piano has to fall out of the third floor building. I have to be struck by lightning in order to write anything. Everything else sounds like an old McCartney and Lennon song if I don't. But as far as the practice of it, do you come with a couple of chords and then you kind of add?
Well, I'm the wild horse, and Joe is structuring me. Andres, you better be more structured. And we try to put good ideas, reserve them, and put it together somehow. Get these inspiration moments sometimes in rehearsal, and then everything evolves and flows seamlessly.
Right. Are you disciplined enough to recognize something during rehearsal and say, hey, the next 3 or 4 songs will have to wait because I think we should be working on this now?
Yes.
That's important.
Yes.
You have a dedicated space to go practice?
Oh, yeah.
That's really important, too. I know a lot of duos that don't. They're sitting around the kitchen tables sometimes, and but it's nice to have that space, I know a lot of my friends have nifty places to practice, and I think that's important.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that guitar.
My guitar?
The sound is just beautiful. We talked a little bit, we shared a little bit before the show that I have a love for that sound, that beautiful sound in guitar. No pick, all fingers. How long have you been playing that thing?
I think since I was in high school.
Yeah, yeah.
Always.
So only 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. I started getting very passionate about classical music back then. I didn't get the support of my parents, and I
To
just
play classical
to play
guitar?
classical.
Really?
And then I decided to just learn by myself, and since then I self-taught. And but I'm discovered that I'm a rhythm lover. I love the rhythms. I like the right hand in sincopados, rumba, tapados, guapangos, all these kind of Latino with rumba mixes, and tangos and valses.
So, the right hand is what makes is what carries it.
Yes,
it really does. And sometimes there's playing the giving the box a bang a bit. Sometimes I'm glad you've got him to do as much banging as he can, because we wouldn't want you to be doing too much of that on your instrument.
Yeah, it's parts. It's just little accents.
Yeah, little accents.
Yeah.
But so you've been playing for a few years, and you went through the classical stage. Have you ever geared towards some kind of folk things, or has it all been kind of culturally traditional for you? Is it culturally traditional? I'm making a huge assumption here. I'm sorry.
No. Well, we do play some covers, for instance, but we're trying to convert us to what we do, and that's what makes them very unique versions of them. Now, we are dedicating again this year, like creating, we realize that we have a very strong identity as musicians, and we want to develop that aspect of our career. So
no, that's true. That's true.
What would be like your ideal venue for you guys to play at? I know you said you've been focusing on writing a lot, but once you've got some material that you want to showcase, what would
Fenway
be like
Park,
your
I would think, right?
Yeah,
your
exactly.
type of environment?
I'm the guy that dreams big.
Yeah.
And then I get brought back down to reality. But, I see the resorts as an opportunity, the Mexican resorts, the Latino resorts. I mean, they all have some great entertainment.
Cruises.
But cruises, yeah, sure. There's Latino cruises. There's casino type things. We're definitely crossing over. We've definitely started our base to be predominantly Latino. However, the sound actually is bigger than that.
Yeah, I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit when you say that. I think that the music can transcend ethnicity.
Yeah, you don't need to know what we're saying.
Yeah, you don't.
You can feel it.
You really don't. And I think that it's a great opportunity for people to be exposed to it in a way that it could be a discovery for them. Everyone kind of hears, "Hey Macarena," to coin a phrase. But that's not what it all is. I mean, there's so much more to the style and to the history of the music. I mean, come on. I mean, it's an education in itself, and I can see you guys using that and playing the Cantab and playing, Fenway Park someday.
Of course, one day.
You know what I mean? But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, to kind of gear it towards this one ethnic group. You're not giving yourself enough credit. You cats can send that thing.
Well, I think you touched on it earlier. I mean, when we started playing, it just snowballed and snowballed, and we were playing nonstop.
Yeah.
And we couldn't stop to smell the roses and actually create the tools that would actually bring us to other places. So things have run a very aggressive course, and in the last year or so, we've changed our mission and changed our focus as to where we want to go. We don't mind repeating the steps that we've taken, but we are ready to kind of move into a new direction. Right. So we've been focusing on that within the writing, the videos, starting to get better at marketing.
Right.
We'll be looking for some kind of label connection.
Is that a chore for a lot of artists and musicians? They do a great product, but then how do I get it out there? You can put it on YouTube all you want, but if that's all you do, it stays there. Yeah. But you did hit on something before, though, and I think it is important to understand this. Is when you played, you learned about each other, and your chops got good. Yeah. And I think that's something that's a partnership that doesn't come often. I have a guy, Tim Casey, that I've been playing with for 100 years. We sit in the studio and we do something, and right away we kind of know what's going to come next. We kind of feel what the other guy's going to think or feel, and we know when we can say to each other, maybe not, and then but it's okay to trust the direction that you'd trust the direction that Joe's going.
It's not that easy to develop that musical connection with somebody.
Oh, there's so many
Most
egos and stuff.
And people pick up on that. Like, watching you
right
guys
away.
play, you can tell that, you know, you're very seasoned in your partnership and that you guys have a really good time together.
Right, the
playing, so-
transition between songs is as important.
Right.
They stop, they look at each other, little smile,
Right.
and then a little nod, and
Yeah.
right in. And you
Right,
can
right.
tell that that's a brotherhood,
Right.
and it's not something you see very often. Congratulations. I
Thank
think
you very
did.
much.
Let us know what's going on, please, so we can sit up here and say, it's a funny picture of Joe, but it's a nice picture of, 18 songs, 15 videos, right?
Of course.
Okay, great. Listen, thanks an awful lot, guys. You know what? We are going to give these guys in the studio a couple of extra minutes. They bend over backwards to make sure that we get things done right in here, and I really appreciate all the work that the cats at B&N do. But we're going to give them a couple of extra minutes tonight to get set up for the next show. So, Andreas, thank
Excellent.
you.
A pleasure.
Thank you very much,
for having us.
Joe, as usual. Great job.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Listen, guys, get out and do something artful for yourself. We're going to let you know when these cats are playing locally so you can go and check them out. But like I like to see every year, please keep in the forefront of your minds our mothers, fathers, sons and daughters, aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews on foreign soil. Please do something artful, do it for them. Listen to some music, get up and dance, maybe. That's like, if you'd have seen the back of the cameras, you might have caught me doing a little shimmy, a little shimmy. Listen, gang, thanks an awful lot for being here. We'll see you next week. Thanks,
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.